we do have callers, and I would like to hear from them. Who do we have first?
First, let's go with Robert from Florida.
Excellent. Hey, Robert. Welcome.
Hey, thank you. Always an excellent choice, Robert from Florida. I appreciate it.
I agree. Yes, I concur.
Come on.
Did you bring your thick Florida accent?
Yes, this is a Boca. Yeah.
Boca? Yeah, Boca. No, it's Naples accent over here. Brilliant. I have a question for you. Are you the guy from the Midnight Oil video?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
Yep, I am immortal.
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten that before?
Yes. Yeah, it's a fairly regular thing. Yeah.
I'm also that guy from the Smoking in the Boys Room video.
It's true. But also, Johnny, you never answered the question, how can we dance when our beds are burning?
I don't know. You can dance if you want to. You've got all your life in mind.
You can leave your friends behind. Sure. That's, if you want to wang chung tonight. Anyways, Robert, please continue.
I'll get to the topic there.
Thank you.
I'll get to the meat of the phone call.
Okay,
the Arizona thing, you can pass it all off as just once, any good lawyer is going to say, what did you do and how'd you do it? And they can't answer you in the right way. It's over. Everything's compromised. Everything's diluted. Just like
They ruined the chain. They ruined the chain of evidence, just like Rudy and the Hunter Biden alleged laptop. Yeah, you blew it, Rudy. Same thing. Same. And by the way, if your idea, though, is a PR stunt, if it ultimately is a troll and there's nothing there, which is, I think, applies to both of these things, mission accomplished, right? All you got to do is, if you're just creating a false narrative from the start, there will evidence was never the plan. That's,
right.
And peace was never an option.
Right. That's right.
That's a domino effect. Okay, you did bring up trolls, and I'm going to talk about Facebook real quick. And,
sure.
Not even 10 seconds. How is it that I have 4 or 5 accounts of Facebook? Because I've been known to say things to nasty things to Republicans, and I go to Facebook jail. And I'm thinking, you have me down for 3 accounts or 4 accounts, and they're selling that I have 4 accounts to Joe. I want to advertise with you. And now that person buys that trade thinking, there's 4 people there. There's only 1, And,
right.
And how many other people are like me that have 4 or 5 accounts on Facebook?
Yeah. Well, we just found out Lauren Boebert had a burner. Right.
They got to have an audit. Hell, they got to have an audit of actually whose face and person and name belongs. And they have to have some accountability to saying, you know what, this is our actual number, because it's false advertising. You're saying that you got these amount of followers when you don't.
Yes, that would that I think is, in terms of one of the regulations about Facebook in general, is that there has to be some way to verify that accounts, that single person accounts that are allegedly single person are actually that indeed. And that we can't, they do it, they and Twitter have done things to broom stuff off. But beyond just the fact that it's dangerous to our electoral politics in the country and all that, it's also a lie to anybody who pays for advertising, for example. Because if one, let's blow your number out and say 18,000 fake accounts because you start your own, Facebook farm on something. And I narrowcast for an audience that I'm going to do a live show. So I put an ad on Facebook and it says, your reach is 18,000 and you will pay this amount to get to this large reach of people. But those people don't actually exist. Say what you will about the ratings game and Sweeps Week. Remember Sweeps Week when you used to hear about Sweeps Week all the time, which we don't really hear as much anymore because the number is ongoing. You didn't have to wait for the book to come out. You can always show the numbers. The networks have to show that this is their actual viewership to advertisers so they can set a rate for what, if you're buying an ad on Rachel Maddow, they have to show that she's kicking Sean Hannity's butt every week, and she is. And so when they do that, then they can charge more. Facebook charges more, but on certain, groups and all that kind of stuff. But I have no way of knowing, and neither do you, if it's, a dozen people with a dozen fake accounts that have a dozen fake accounts treat off of that to no end. And that at some point should be verifiable just because of the financial fraud that we could be seeing in the, in the Facebook ad buying racket that could be going on.
I think that's what's going to bring him in. Somebody's going to make a class action lawsuit.
Right.
What's going to happen. Hey, one last thing. Manafort went to jail on only one charge. They had 7 other things on the phone there, bites on the phone, and they only chose one. Why isn't he in front of a judge right now defending those other 6 or 7 or whatever they're left for a rainy day? The rainy day is here. Put him back in jail.
I agree. I have not, although I have not seen the pardon that he received, and he may have received a blanket pardon for all the things he did for the campaign or in working with the campaign, or I don't know if he got some sort of magic all 7 charges. He's pardoned from the one he was found guilty on and the ones he wasn't charged on. That's possible, but I don't know that
he was guilty on the other ones too.
Yeah, he'd have to admit it, right? But maybe he did to Trump, and that was good enough for Trump or something. Like, it's weird. I would like to see that. That said, believe me, Paul Manafort is guilty of other stuff. Yeah. That's the thing. Right. The guy is the guy should be in jail for what he did to his wife. His own daughters would testify against him. The guy is grotesque.
Maybe he's paying people off just because there's a statute of limitation on time. Maybe he's just trying to run out the clock. Put somebody's. Yeah. You put some money in someone's.
Yeah. Totally.
We forgot all about that. Oh, look, now we can't do nothing. All right, Hal, I'll give up the phone.
Appreciate it. Thanks. Yeah, thanks so much. Absolutely. We'll see you when we get down to Florida. Be safe.